Imagine this for a second. You graduate college, you walk straight out of those university gates, and boom, you step right into your very first job earning over 100 grand a year. Sounds like a total Hollywood movie script, right? Like everything just magically falls into place. But here's the thing. For thousands of Americans, this isn't some cinematic fantasy. It's actually their reality. Today, we're going to break down exactly how they pull it off. Welcome to our latest explainer. We're counting down the top 20 highest-paying degrees in America, basing this strictly on career demand, salary potential, and future job growth. So let's dive right in, because what we're about to uncover could fundamentally change how you view higher education.
You know, there is a stark, undeniable contrast when we talk about higher education right now. On one hand, you have a phrase that pretty much everyone dreads: the cost of education. I mean, we've all seen the headlines about crippling student debt, right? Graduates struggling just to find their footing. But then, on the flip side, we have the value of the degree. And here's the truly shocking part. Not every college degree leads to financial success. It's kind of just a myth that a piece of paper alone guarantees you a high income. Some degrees actively open the door to immediate six-figure careers and real financial freedom, while others, well, they might just leave you treading water. The difference between those two outcomes, it really comes down entirely to strategy and choosing a path that the market actually values.
And that is exactly where the source material for today's explainer comes in. We're pulling from the brilliant insights of American education tech. Think of this as your essential guide to navigating this incredibly high-stakes financial and educational maze. Essentially, this explainer is your roadmap through the totally shifting landscape of American universities, emerging careers, and future tech. So if you're planning your own future, or honestly even advising someone who is, you really need to be prepared for tomorrow's opportunities. You need to know what the hard data actually says about where the money and the demand are flowing.
All right, let's get into our first category, the foundation builders, covering ranks number 20 down through 16.
Kicking off our countdown at number 20, we have construction management. Get this, we're starting off with an average entry-level potential hovering right around $95,000, and that climbs steadily up to $120,000 and beyond for senior management. You might be wondering why. Well, because in massive billion-dollar infrastructure projects, mistakes literally cost millions. Whether it's traditional skyscrapers or vast urban developments, you need leaders who can keep an absolutely iron grip on unforgiving timelines and massive budgets. Basically, construction managers are paid top dollar because they mitigate huge financial risks. So, strong leadership skills here translate into a highly rewarding, incredibly well-paid career right out of the gate.
Moving from physical infrastructure over to digital infrastructure, coming in at number 19, we've got information systems. The graduates in this field, they brilliantly bridge the gap between business and technology. Actually, companies across America completely rely on these specific professionals to keep their critical systems running smoothly. They're the ones specializing in managing networks, databases, cybersecurity, and digital operations. And because tech powers nearly every single business today, these grads are absolutely essential. The market clearly rewards that, with salaries ranging anywhere from $100,000 to $130,000 a year.
Now, let that massive number sink in for just a second. $135,000. That is the impressive salary ceiling for our number 18 spot, mathematics. Now, look, if you think mathematics is just about sitting in a dusty room solving abstract equations on a chalkboard, you really need to think again. Today's mathematicians are using incredibly strong analytical skills to solve complex, real-world problems. They're basically the hidden engine behind massive, high-paying industries like finance, artificial intelligence, engineering, and advanced scientific research. Honestly, the ability to mathematically model the world, it's an absolute superpower in the modern job market.
And this next one brilliantly illustrates how modern rules are really evolving. At number 17, we have pharmacy, pulling in a very impressive $120,000 to $140,000 a year. The absolutely crucial point here is that pharmacists do so much more than just dispense medication from behind a counter. They secure these high salaries because they are vital healthcare partners. They're out there helping patients understand highly complex treatments, they're actively working to prevent dangerous, sometimes even life-threatening drug interactions, and they work hand-in-hand with doctors to dramatically improve overall healthcare outcomes. It's a highly respected profession with phenomenal earning potential.
Coming in at number 16, we're revealing a massive $150,000 top-end potential. So who exactly commands this kind of compensation? Finance graduates. Whether they're walking the high-pressure floors of Wall Street or operating inside massive global corporations, finance professionals play a huge role in shaping our economy. They're brought in to help businesses invest wisely, manage really complex financial risks, and build long-term wealth. And with experience, their salaries don't just grow, they compound, kind of like the investment portfolios they manage, actually.
Now, we're shifting gears and entering what we call the innovation engine, covering ranks 15 through 11.
This right here perfectly captures what we call the STEM salary surge. Just notice the undeniable trend of exponential compensation growth in these advanced fields. I mean, we're starting at $120,000 on the low end and pushing all the way up to $180,000. These aren't just minor bumps in pay. This is a completely different tier of earning potential. The market is practically screaming for these specific skill sets, and corporations are more than willing to pay top dollar to acquire them. So let's break down exactly what each of these powerhouses actually does.
At number 15, earning between $120,000 and $160,000 is chemical engineering. Their core mission is essentially transforming scientific discoveries into everyday products. But what does that actually mean in practice? Well, it means they take raw microscopic science and they scale it up. They're the minds driving innovation across healthcare, manufacturing, and environmental tech. They literally create the medicines we take, the clean energy that powers our homes, and the advanced materials used in everything from your smartphone to an actual spacecraft.
And hey, speaking of spacecraft, that perfectly brings us to number 14, aerospace engineering. Building the future of aviation, defense, and space exploration. If you grew up dreaming of designing aircraft or rockets, well, this is exactly where that dream meets a salary of $125,000 to $165,000. And the really crucial point to remember here is that demand remains incredibly strong. Why? Because we are smack in the middle of a modern commercial space race. As private space companies continue to rapidly expand and push boundaries, they're aggressively hunting for the aerospace engineers who can, quite literally, get them off the ground.
Next up, coming in at number 13, we have economics, boasting a staggering salary ceiling of $170,000. Now you might be thinking, wait, how does economics fit into the innovation engine? But think about it for a second. All of this massive technological advancement requires immense capital and strategic foresight. Economics graduates study the massive, complex systems that dictate how the world works. We're talking markets, consumer behavior, and global financial systems. Their core insights help governments and multinational businesses make much smarter decisions about growth, inflation, and strategic investments. Basically, they are the navigators of the global economy.
At number 12, commanding somewhere between $130,000 and $175,000, we have electrical engineering. And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates exactly where our world is heading. We are currently experiencing a massive global boom in electric vehicles, smart city power grids, and interconnected smart devices. And who makes all that possible? Yep, electrical engineers. Their expertise is absolutely essential across industries that are just exploding in growth right now. They are quite literally powering the technologies that will shape tomorrow.
Okay, brace yourselves for this next number, $180,000. This is the incredible ceiling for our number 11 spot. It represents the absolute pinnacle of this segment of our countdown, the absolute highest echelon of the innovation engine before we even crack the top 10.
That $180,000 potential? Yeah, that belongs to computer engineering. These professionals are the master architects of the digital age. They combine hardware and software to build faster computers, intelligent devices, robotics, and incredibly complex AI-powered systems. As artificial intelligence fundamentally transforms, well, literally every industry on the planet, computer engineers are becoming some of the most highly valued and fiercely sought-after professionals in America. They aren't just using the tools of the future, guys, they are actively inventing them.
So we've seen an absolute dominance of technology, engineering, and critical infrastructure in this first half. I mean, the demand for these skills is pushing salaries into the stratosphere, up to $180,000 just for the number 11 spot. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. If computer engineering is only number 11, what on earth could possibly take the number 1 spot? Like, what degree consistently leads to the absolute highest paying career in the entire country? Well, you'll just have to join us for part 2 of this explainer to find out. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll see you in the next one.
So what does it actually take to earn America's highest salaries? Are we talking about pure, unadulterated technical genius, decades of grueling, sleepless study, or maybe literally holding a person's life in your hands? Well, welcome to our explainer. Today, we're diving into the absolute pinnacle of career earnings. We're counting down the top 10 highest paying degrees in America. And we're not just looking at those massive eye-watering salaries. We're exploring the incredible career paths and the profound responsibilities that actually come with them. All right, let's jump right in. Now, if you've been following along, you know we've already covered degrees 20 down to 11. But now we're entering the elite top 10. This is the big leagues. It's where innovation, healthcare, technology, and leadership all completely converge to create the most highly compensated careers in the entire country. Let's keep the countdown going and see exactly what it takes to reach the top. Section 1. Tech and Engineering Leaders. We're kicking off the top 10 in the high-energy, crazy, fast-paced world of tech. This is where the organizations building our future are literally willing to pay top dollar for the architects designing it. Coming in at number 10 is data science. These folks are commanding an impressive average base salary of between $140,000 and $190,000 a year. Think about it. Data scientists are the elite pros powering predictive algorithms, Wall Street algorithmic trading, and deep learning models in healthcare. Right next door, at number 9, is software engineering, pulling in between $145,000 and $200,000 annually. But hey, keep in mind for top-tier engineers at major tech companies, those highly lucrative equity packages can easily push their total compensation way, way past that base range. Now, skipping up to number 7, we've got artificial intelligence and machine learning. These engineers are doing nothing short of designing intelligent systems that solve incredibly complex problems way faster than humanly possible. By building neural networks and training deep learning models, they're actively transforming the whole shebang, from autonomous cars to predictive medicine. And because of this massive cross-industry impact, plus the insanely intense math required, this field has become one of the absolute fastest-growing career paths in America. Just look at how the salary for AI and machine learning completely leaps past the others. We're talking an astronomical average, reaching up to $220,000 per year. You can clearly see the massive step up from data science and software engineering. It makes sense, right? As systems get smarter and far more autonomous, the specialized engineers who can actually build and fine-tune those complex architectures are commanding some seriously massive paychecks. Let's contrast that digital domain with number 6, cybersecurity, and number 8, petroleum engineering. Every single day, sophisticated cyber attacks threaten global hospitals, massive businesses, and government agencies. Cybersecurity experts are our digital defenders, making between $165,000 and $230,000 a year to protect that critical infrastructure. Now, compare that digital defense to petroleum engineering. These engineers focus on physical energy extraction, developing advanced thermodynamic methods to pull resources safely from some really extreme environments, earning between $150,000 and $210,000. So, whether you're defending cloud servers from global threats or extracting physical energy from miles underground, highly specialized protection and extraction pay incredibly well. Section 2. The legal and dental fields. Moving away from digital and physical infrastructure, we enter the highly respected world of elite practitioners. Coming in at number 5 is dentistry, boasting an average salary ranging from $180,000 to well over $250,000 per year. And we are talking way beyond routine care here. These professionals are performing advanced maxillofacial procedures and diagnosing complex oral diseases that heavily impact a patient's overall systemic health. Because of the years of rigorous, high-stakes clinical training required, dentistry absolutely remains one of the most respected and financially rewarding healthcare careers you can pursue. Up next at number 4 is a law degree. Notice the sheer variety of legal practice areas available here: corporate law, intellectual property, litigation, government, and public service. It's a massive field. Now, unlike the fairly standardized starting brackets of engineering, a law degree's earning potential is highly variable. Your financial success depends heavily on your specialization, your trial experience, and the specific type of legal practice you enter. But make no mistake, top-performing, experienced attorneys, especially those making partner at elite corporate firms, can easily build highly rewarding careers that reach well into the multiple six figures. Section 3. The medical apex. Now we're getting to the absolute peak. The compensation for these final degrees reflects an unparalleled level of intense life-and-death responsibility. Coming in at number 3 is medicine. Look, becoming a physician isn't just a career choice. It is an absolute gauntlet. It requires years of incredibly dense education, followed by clinical residencies that notoriously push human sleep and endurance to their absolute limits. Finally, you enter life-saving practice. Doctors diagnose complex illnesses, perform intricate treatments, and directly improve the quality of life for literally millions of patients. While salaries definitely vary widely by specialty, physicians consistently earn among the highest professional incomes in the country. Narrowing down into highly specialized medicine, number 2 on our list is anesthesiology. These specialists hold the literal line between life and death. They're carefully managing pain, constantly monitoring critical vital signs, and ensuring total patient safety before, during, and after complex medical procedures. It's a lot to juggle. They play such a crucial, unsung role in surgery and emergency medicine, maintaining a patient's stability while the surgeon works. All right, we've finally reached the top of the mountain, the single most lucrative, highly demanding degree and career path in the entire United States. At number 1, neurosurgery. Ranking among the very highest-paying medical careers anywhere in the world, this placement directly reflects the incomprehensible responsibility that neurosurgeons bear. These are the extraordinary individuals performing microscopic, zero-margin-for-error procedures on the human brain, the spine, and the central nervous system. To truly understand why this takes the number 1 spot, just consider this. A neurosurgery residency alone often lasts 7 agonizingly rigorous years. And honestly, that is after 4 years of undergraduate study and 4 years of medical school. They prepare for decades, committing to continuous learning as medical technology evolves, all just to enter one of the most demanding professions in human history. But, the reward absolutely matches the massive sacrifice. Their work alters and often outright saves human lives every single day. Section 4, passion beyond the paycheck. Seeing those kinds of career paths and obviously those massive salaries is definitely inspiring. But as we wrap up this explainer today, it's so important to look beyond just the numbers. I absolutely love this quote from our source material. The most successful professionals combine passion, continuous learning, and persistence. When those qualities come together, financial success often follows. Choosing a degree isn't just about chasing the highest average salary bracket. It's really about discovering a career that genuinely matches your unique skills, your personal interests, and the specific impact you want to make in the world. Whether that's writing code, defending networks, fighting for justice in a courtroom, or saving lives in an operating theater, persistence is what actually gets you through those hard years of study. So the ultimate question isn't just which degree pays the most. The real question we should all be asking is which path matches your passion? When you find that perfect intersection of what you love to do, what you're actually good at, and what the world desperately needs, well, that's when you found your true elite degree. Thank you so much.